Hey everybody, today we're going to go over our 80 versus our BH70. Now there's a ZH70 as well, which is just a little brother to this guy. BH70 versus ZH80. This way you can see them side by side, you can see the size difference, and you can see performance difference. Yes, I know it's downhill a little bit. Yes, I know that loses me a little bit. It's not 6 feet. So when you're looking at this guy is max digging height at around 16 feet, where that one's like 23 feet. So, no matter how I park them, even if I sink the blade in that one, it's not getting to that height. So this is where that makes a difference in a front mounted boom. So a front mounted boom versus a cab side boom. This guy has more cylinder. He's going to come up. He's going to rotate back. He's going to get you that digging height. This one's going to stay straight out in front of you, and it's going to have a little bit less digging height. So digging height is really the biggest thing, and then obviously everything just steps up. So, this guy here, he's 78 inches wide. This guy here is 86 inches wide. This one's a little over 12,000. This one's a little over 17,000. Now this one is a very well done minimal tail swing unit. So it still has tail swing, but it's minimal tail swing. So everything's angled with the machine, and it actually is well balanced. So if you watched the videos there earlier, I showed you how that counterweight wraps all the way around the top, and it's a true cast iron counterweight. I mean, that thing's solid. So you hit that thing and you hit on a tree, it's not gonna make your whole back cave in. It's gonna take a beating. Compared to this one, has a smaller counterweight on the rear. However, the tail swing is a tail swing unit, so that engine is back further. So they're both balanced very nice. When you're digging out and you start to get in your nose and you're working on the weight, the capacity of these units, if you have never put an excavator on its nose, you haven't been doing it long enough. I mean, that's just the way it is. You're going to feel where your tails get light when you're digging, even with the blade planted. It's just going to happen. And when you have a nice balanced unit, it minimizes that. And, everything's a calculation from stick length, the counterweight, the body position. And whenever that calculation's a little bit off, and we've had it in our own machines, our BH40Ds were a little bit tail light. Now we have that big counterweight. So we have the extra counterweight put on them. They do very well now, but they needed about 600 pounds put in the rear there for that to balance. So the engineering in that is really precise, that it feels good yet. So both units are very well balanced. They both feel good. Now again, the 70 has a thumb on that we're going to be changing. The 80 has a nice heavy duty thumb, but again, digging height, dumping height is really now your length. If you remember the last video, the length as far as digging reach, max reach, is going to be about the same. This one's going to have more of a max radius than that one because that body is smaller. So this one is going to be around 23, if I remember right. That one's about 21, if I remember right. Not huge, but that offset of that 2 foot for the length of the body, that's what you're making up. So your 80, one size bigger, 70, both very nice machines. This one's a little bit more of a complex build. When I say that stuff, I mean more electronics. This one, they still have a DPF filter. They still have an LCD display, just less bells and whistles after that. So it's got what it needs, doesn't have more than it needs. So that unit's a little bit more basic in that sense. It's a lot cheaper unit, where that one's going to be under 50. This one's going to be over 60. So you got a $15,000 difference roughly between the two, and some of it's just step up in size, some of it's options and so forth. But they both are very well done. They're both good looking units. It's really what works for you and the application you want to use it for. If you guys are interested in one of these, give us a call, 570-837-1003. The other line is 570-837-1016. We appreciate you guys watching. We'll catch you on the next one.